An elusive hunter is poised to strike. This mighty striped cat is king of the jungle, yet struggles to survive. It's the secret life of the tiger, next on Wild Discovery.
When a tiger goes hunting, it becomes the great secret agent of the animal world, painstakingly stalking its victim. The tiger hunts alone, relying on stealth and surprise. This sambar deer is being targeted by one of the most impressive predators in the world, a master of ambush, but not always successful. The tiger is not a bloodthirsty killer. It kills only to survive, but its entire being is honed for the job. For a successful kill, the tiger must get within 20 yards of its victim before beginning the attack. Everything is dependent on surprise. But the deer sense the danger. In an explosive burst, the hunt is on. Death comes swiftly. The tiger's teeth crush the victim's vertebrae and sever the spinal cord. Over millions of years, the tiger has evolved and adapted to life in a wide variety of landscapes across the Asian continent, from low-lying swamps to hot, dry forests, from extreme heat to extreme cold. Within the single species of the tiger, there are 8 different subspecies. Now 3 are extinct. Only 5 live throughout Asia today. The destruction of wild habitat has left them geographically isolated. The Siberian tiger dwells amongst the snows of far eastern Russia and northeast China. It is the largest tiger and has adapted to a life below freezing. Its size helps in conserving heat. So does its longer and thicker fur coat. Tigers also live in the sweltering tropics of the Indonesian island of Sumatra. Since it's not so cold here, tigers are not so big. The Sumatran tiger is about half the size of its Russian cousin. The orangutan feels safe enough in the trees to throw fruit. Ripe durian fruit smells like rotten meat, perhaps enough to attract this great carnivore. The tiger is curious. The Sumatran tiger is quite dark in color and has less white fur on its belly. There are only about 500 left. The tiger evolved as an Asian animal. Once its habitat stretched from Siberia in the east, Sumatra in the south, across the Indian subcontinent, and west to the Caspian Sea. But the world of the tiger is shrinking. Only around 1,600 Indo-Chinese tigers, and perhaps as few as 20 South China tigers remain in the wild. There is no film of these rare creatures, only these photographs. The Indian subcontinent, land of the Jungle Book, Mowgli, and the Bengal tiger. This is the tiger to which all others are compared, and it is probably the most familiar of the 5 living subspecies. The Bengal tiger has adapted to life throughout the Indian subcontinent in forests, grasslands, and swamps. It has the largest population of any subspecies, with some 4,000 living across this part of Asia. Yet it is still endangered. This Bengal tigress has a secret. In the safest and thickest part of the jungle, she has hidden the future. A litter of 3 baby cubs wait, unprotected, for their mother to return. These cubs are just a few weeks old. Their eyes are open, but for the first few weeks their vision is blurred. A neat survival strategy which prevents them wandering too far when they're at their most vulnerable. The mother is a single parent. She has to leave her young to hunt. She keeps them safe by moving them often. Jaws which can crush large animals gently lift the youngsters to secret hideaways. This might appear to be someone desperate to get a good television signal in the jungle. It's actually a little more scientific than that. The tiger does not lead a life which lends itself to scientific investigation. It lives a solitary life, and radio tracking is often one of the few ways to locate and follow the elusive creatures. Previously, this tiger was caught, sedated, and fitted with a radio collar. Now researchers like Ulas Karanth can track its movements. They can find out how and where it lives, and what other tigers it associates with. Tiger paw prints, or pug marks, are also used to identify individuals. Researchers trace the prints onto glass, recording the date, time, and place. In theory, this should eventually help build a picture of the life of the tigers who live in the area. But the system can be unreliable because conditions in the wild are constantly changing. Camera traps are a little more reliable. Remote control cameras are set up along a known tiger trail. The camera is rigged to a box, which gives out an invisible electronic beam. When the beam is broken by a passing tiger, a photograph is taken. The stripes of every tiger are as unique as a fingerprint, and the movements of individual animals can be followed. But 30 years of research have still left scientists with only part of the story of the tiger's secret life. What is known is that the actual world of the living tiger is quite different to the savage portrait painted in the past. For 2 months, the cubs have been entirely dependent on their mother. The danger of her necessary absences is clear. One of the young is weak, with an injured leg. While mother is away hunting, there are plenty of threats to the cubs. Jackals, leopards, pythons, even other tigers are all potential enemies. The mother has no